Here is this week's recordings. They'll include both this week's and last week's since I forgot to post, but it's just a combination of videos from the character class, the animation class, and then my game dev class as well. I have a couple just little small models made for my animation. I'm working on making an apple for a fruit bowl that I'm going to fill. And then I have textured a couple things. I've made a little drinking glass. I have a bowl. This is going to be the base for all the fruits that go in it. And then I also have my bad, let me open these up. I have a yarn ball that I've made. And then I also have a rug that I've made as well. And then that is over here under rug. And then that one just has a nice kind of floral pattern on it. And so I'll continue filling that out. And that's what I have this hour. This hour I got my orange updated. I have an apple as well that I textured. And I'm working on retexturing my little bee ball for my game. I got that imported into Unity and got the textures to map correctly this time. So I just need to add the stripes on. And then that's what I have this hour. This hour I worked on getting a floor plan set up for my animation. I'll have a kitchen, a bedroom, and then a living room, and then I'm going to work on furnishing those. And then over in Substance I worked on modeling and getting this kind of cabinet counter textured as well. This hour I worked on texturing my room background for the kitchen. So I'll have this backsplash tile, and then I am modeling some cabinets to go with the island that I have. So I'm just modifying the ends of them so they'll line against the wall, and then I'll work on adding in some of the other little aspects to my scene, and that's what I have so far. I started working on making a smaller singular cabinet to fit in between some of my other cabinets to kind of break them up, and then I'm going to work on filling out the space still. Just took a little bit longer than I thought it would. So far, I've added on to my kitchen. I've filled out the scene a little bit more, got some cupboards up here. I forgot to record the last hour, so I have a little bit more progress since then, but fully rendered, it's looking pretty good. Just need to add in a couple more little things to fill out the scene, and then get my cat rigged. I got my cabinets built up, added in some of the textures for those, had to spend some time reorganizing them. But got that built up, got my bowls finished for the fruit, and next I'll make some top cabinetry to kind of just fill out the kitchen scene. Today I finished my general kitchen layout, got the floorboards on, and then just a couple other minor adjustments to the layout. I have a kind of a small render view of what that looks like, nice and polished. And then I've just been spending the last half hour or so reviewing how to do a quadruped rig and getting that set up for my cat. Here is my work so far. I forgot to record the last couple hours, but I have a kind of start of a rig on my cat. I have adjusted it a couple times to add in some more joints to the tail and then the legs as well. And then I should hopefully get some controls on here and then get the start of a spring system along with maybe an FK for the tail and the head. So far I've just been going through following along the videos to rig this character. So I forgot to capture last couple hours or so, but just been going along finishing those out so I can get a rig on him and then work from there. Here I have a more modified layout of my kitchen, added in a couple more little details, got a little render view set up for that, just with basic lighting in it. This is what it looks like so far. Here I have gone through and redid the UVs for my bee. This is the one from my little Brick Breaker game. I had to redo them, so when I imported them back into Unity, I could get the textures to work correctly. This is what it looks like textured now, just with the different materials applied to each section to get that stripey effect. And then once I import it back into Unity, it works correctly. Yesterday's work included finishing up the controls on the human rig. I got the FK system implemented, so did that, got that submitted. And then I went over into my cat rig and changed some things. I changed the foot layout, got the tail straightened out for the FK system, and then I opened the mouth up. So hopefully I'll be able to rig that. And those are the changes that I've made there. This hour I worked on redoing the skeleton for my cat. Because I redid the model, I decided to move some stuff around. Got the tail spine worked out, and then redid some of the legs so I can get a spring system in there, and those are functioning hopefully well enough. Just need to do some joint orientation on it, and then I can move on to controls. I've got the joints all oriented now on my cat, and then I've started to do the controls. I have everything matched. Just need to orient them properly and scale them to be usable, and then I'll move on to setting up the FK system itself. I've got the controls all oriented. I added in one for the additional spine here at the pelvis. I need to adjust the jaw here, get rid of this joint, and then just branch it down. After that, I think I am ready to add the spring system into the legs and then start skinning. I got the joints all fixed in the head and jaw and then the pelvis, so I've started the system for my springs. I have the back legs done, so I can adjust the control down here, move it up and down, and get my springs to go. And then same on the other side, and I'm just getting the front legs set up, and then I will move on to my next step. I got the legs done with the spring system, got that duplicated on both sides, so they're good to go. I just need to integrate that into the hierarchy with the tail and the head with that FK system to get them to work correctly, and then I should be done there, and I should be able to move on to the skinning of it after that. I am just getting the IK system integrated into my FK system still. I'm working on kind of just following the videos that were posted, doing the IK system, so I'm setting the driver keys for my different controls just in case I need them since I'm in the process of building it. And hopefully this won't take too much longer, and then I can move on to skinning, which I'm excited for. I got the RK system built up in my cat, so I can switch between FK and the spring system in the legs just in case I need it. So I can swap here in the back legs. We're going to need the legs really. So now that that's done, I am ready to move on to skinning, and then he should be animatable. I have my cat finally rigged. I've gone through and started to do some of the weight painting. Right now it's just on the tail section. So I have a layered here I've made for the tail. And then I've just been working my way up. So when I do different, other motions on him, the geometry looks correct. So I just need to finish doing the rest of the tail segments and then the rest of the body after that.